Good evening to everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? Today, what happened? You all are being very silent today. There is no communication, chat, and all. Am I audible?
Yes, madam, audible.
Okay, thank you. So, we will go to the third unit, and today we will talk about the third unit. Third unit is all about your product. As if I told you in the first class or second class, we had a discussion that while we're talking about specifically while we're talking about the marketing or concept of marketing, the concept of marketing is somehow revolving around this marketing mix concept, or about revolving around the concept of 4 P's. So let me tell you that your third unit, fourth unit, and fifth unit is somehow related to this all 4 P's concept. That means in the third unit, we'll try to identify what is a product, or what are the different varieties of product, different type of product. Then what is exactly the product life cycle? So how to measure it when we'll talking about the product life cycle. Then also we try to understood the product, not only the product life cycle, but we need to understood what is exactly the new product development process. So all these things we need to understood in the third unit. Then we need to understood the product, variations of product, like what is exactly labeling, packaging, and branding. So that is about product. And also in third unit, we try to cover one more P, that was called P for price. Apart from product, we need to understood what is price. And in pricing concept, there are two basic things that we need to identify and understood. That is called methods of pricing and pricing strategy. These are two things that we need to cover in pricing. So got it? So your unit 3 is somehow revolving around two different concepts. Unit 3 में क्या आता है? First one, unit 3 में आता है what is a product, product classifications. Then there are two different concepts of product, that is new product development concept and product life cycle concept, that we need to understood. Then we will go to the second portion of this unit 3. What is branding, what is labeling, and what is packaging, that we need to understood. Once this is over, then we will go to the concept of pricing. Why after product, pricing concept is placed in the second as the second P. So that was called pricing concept. So we'll try to understood what is pricing and methods of pricing and strategies being adopted to finalize the pricing concept. So that we try to understood. Now came to the possible or expected, or some of the expected questions from the unit 3, that is define product, discuss the various stages of product, stages of product life cycle. We can expect one more question, that maybe briefly discuss the NPD process, that is called new product development process. Also expecting some of the short notes, like write a note on branding or labeling, packaging. This may be maybe an expected question with short notes. And one more question that is being expected in this particular paper, unit, that is called discuss the methods of pricing. So these are the four expected questions. As if I already told you that every particular unit consists of some of the questions which carries 12 marks, some question 8 marks, some question 5 marks. Now how to handle and strategically handle these questions, that is up to you. So PLC can ask for 12 marks, can also ask for 8 marks, and also NPD can ask for 12 marks, can also ask for 8 marks. But while we're talking about branding, labeling, packaging, if it is, three are being combinedly asked, then this is for 12 marks. But if it is individual, then it is came for the 5 marks question. Pricing methods, definitely it will came along with the 12 or 8 marks question, right? Going ahead to understood what is exactly product. Now, what is a product? So in the first class of offline class, in that class, we'll have a discussion what is exactly a product. Here, a product is called as something that is manufactured for sale in the market. That means product is a full finished product. Sometimes we say that full finished products are being manufactured and it is sold by the manufacturer or by the seller in the open market or closed market system. So that is what called product. Now, product also can identified as the need satisfaction, agent. That means product. If I tell about that, what else is product, or how someone will describe about the product. Definitely, product is something which can satisfy the need of the customer. What customer is looking for, if it is satisfied by a tangible or intangible thing, then that was called a product. What else was there? Then we say that product is of comprised of different kind of components, and these particular components try to try to understood the marketing activities and try to resolve the customer's demand or need at a certain extent. So that is also product. Now, product can be of tangible or intangible. The tangible one, that means we could able to touch it, we could able to feel it. Touch it. It has a particular shape. We could able to see it. So that was called tangibility of the product. What is intangibility? Intangibility means the product which is only being felt by us. We could able to feel it, but we can't even try to touch it. We can't touch it, or we can't see it, or it do not have a physical existence. So that was called intangible product. Now came to the definition of product. As if I always says that the definition of product will definitely priority on basing on the priority. We will talk about the definition of Philip Kotler always. Why? Because Kotler is the father of marketing. That's why whenever it is done, or whenever we try to understood what is the definition, we always focuses to the definition of Kotler. So we always try to take a definition of Kotler. Let me increase the size. Give me 1 minute. Is it fine? Now, according to Kotler, or according to Philip Kotler, what exactly the definition of product? A product is anything tangible or intangible that can be offered to a market for what purpose? For attention, thank you, for attention, acquisition, use, or consumption that might satisfy the need or want. Fine. Why we will buy a product? The question is why we will buy a product. We buy a product because we somewhere or as a customer, we have a demand of that product, we have a need of that product, or we have a want of that product. And if the product is something which is may tangible or may not be tangible, may be intangible, may not be intangible, but the product is offered in such a way which can drag the attention of the customer, it will not only drag the attention of the customer, it will definitely ask for consumption, for buying and using. And once you use, you'll feel satisfied. For an example, you'll go and buy a product which is a car. You buy a car, right? Now, while you're seeing a product, you feel attracted. So that means the initial point of the product is creation of attraction or attention that is being over. Now, while you're seeing a car, you feel attracted. That means your attention or customer's attention is actually grabbed by the product. Then it is okay. Then second one is acquisition use. That means what? You try to buy it, accuse it. Now it is फिर से it is came to your ability to pay to buy the product. If you have the money and you have a ability to buy the product, then you could able to accuse that product and try to use it. If the car will satisfy the need or want whatever you have, if the car will do that, then the satisfaction level of the customer goes to the level of 100, and definitely the product is called as a successful product, which is eventually very essential in point of view of the market. In the point of view of the market, if a product is successful, then he could have these all characters. That is, the product can drag the attention of the individual. Second one is he could able to accuse the try to accuse the product with the demand. And third one, while consumption is over, he could able to satisfy the customer at a certain extent. That means the product is successful according to Philip Kotler. According to Alderson, he says that a product is a bundle of utility or utilizing consists of various product features and accompanying with the services. That means, according to Alderson, he says that product is not alone. Product is came along with the bundle of characters which are being utilized by the customer, and it was not only utilized by the customer, but the product always accompanied with the services. जैसे कि I will cite one example where we Indian customer try to utilize the product 120 or 130%. Now, how? Let's talk about a very generic product that is like hand wash. Hand wash, जब आप while you're using, what you'll do? Normally, the people will mix water with the hand wash. कहीं आप एक रिफिल पैक में लाते हो, फिर उसको डिब्बे में भरते हो. जब भरते हो तो आप पूरा फुल नहीं करते हो. क्या करते हो? उसको थोड़ा 80% आप डिब्बे में हैंड वॉश डालते हो और 20% पानी डालते हो, फिर इसको मिक्स करते हो, फिर यूज करते हो. गॉट इट? दैट मीन्स व्हाट? आप जो 20% रख दिए उसको फिर से बाद में जब ये खत्म हो जाए वो 20% डालते हो, उसमें और 20% वाटर डालते हो, फिर इसको मिक्स करते हो, फिर यूज करते हो. Sometimes the Indian customers try to utilize the product at 120% level. Got it? So product is not came alone. It was always came along with the services, and that services always gives you pleasure. So that is according to Alderson. One more, definition we can accept, that was from W.J. Stanton, who says that a product is a set of tangible or physical attributes in an identifiable form. So physical attributes means the characteristics, we can touch it, feel it, see it, place it somewhere, buy it and use it. So that was according to Stanton. And all these definitions are highly appreciated. Now came to the what are the different features we have in product. First feature, the tangibility. Second one is intangible attributes. Third one is associated attributes. Fourth one is exchange value. Fifth one is customer satisfaction. So I guess you all know about what is tangibility. Tangibility refers to a particular product which can be touch, seen, feel by the customer and use the product at a tangible form. Fine example is something like pen, paper, car, books, computers, ornaments, jewelries, everything which is have a physical body, that was called tangible product. Intangible attributes में क्या आता है, like you have invested your money in insurance, so you are not getting any kind of tangible product out of that, but you are getting intangible product, that was the services which will be came to you after the completion of the period of insurance. That is one example. Like a consultancy, for the consultancy you have to pay a certain amount of money, but the consultancy is something which is called advice, what is being given by a person who is an expert in certain way, and he try to give you his own opinion about certain things, and for that you are paying for that person or that particular agency. That is called intangible attributes which are being offered by the product. All it is otherwise called as services. Associated attributes. So associated attributes क्या होता है, जैसे for an example you want to take a financial consultancy, so where to go? My question is, if you want to take a financial consultancy, where to go? You must be going to a certain particular organization who has a brand in the market. So आप जब फाइनेंशियल कंसल्टेंसी के लिए जाओगे तो फिर आप ब्रांड देखोगे, नहीं भाई मुझे एक ब्रांडेड लोग से इंसान से लेना है एक्सपर्ट एडवाइस, या तो फिर एक पॉपुलर आदमी से लेना है, या फिर वो एक्सपर्ट होना चाहिए. So that means you are seeing a brand. So these are called attributes which are being associated with the product, like brand, packaging, warranty, guarantee, after sale services. So कुछ लोग, कुछ customers are being attracted towards these associated attributes of the product. What else was there? People also being attracted towards the exchange value and customer satisfaction. These are also some of the very required components of the product. Exchange values. Whenever I try, if I take my example, whenever I try to buy a product like a jewelry or like something which is called ornament which is made of diamond and all, I always ask you what is the exchange value of this product after certain time period. That means what? While you buy a product, you always asking for what is exactly the exchange value after 5 years, after 2 years, after 3 years. So it is essential, because while you are buying some luxurious product, you have to understand whether it do have exchange value or not. If not, then as if I take my example, I will not buy. If it is a luxurious product, you will buy 3 rupees wala pen and you ask for the exchange value. No. Where we will normally ask for the exchange value being asked by us where it is a luxurious product. If it is a non-luxurious product, then no one of us are being very interested towards the exchange value or asking about the exchange value. Got it? And the last one is called customer satisfaction. Now, product's major characteristics is to satisfy the customer, is to satisfy the need, want, demand of the customer, where value of the product must be, also plays a vital role in terms of satisfaction. If I buy a pen of, which is 0 rupees 3, and I'm very satisfied, I will never buy a pen of 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 15 rupees. Why? Because my satisfaction is being, I'm being highly satisfied with 3 rupees. Why should I pay 5 rupees or 10 rupees? Got it? So that was called one more, required characteristics of the product, that the product has to satisfy the customer's need, want, or demand. Now, came to the next point, that was called what is the classification of product. That was the characteristics classifications question. There are two different classification. If we'll talk about the product, there are two different type of products. In the classification means there are two different type of product. One is called consumer product, one is called industrial product. Consumer product further divided into three parts: convenience product, shopping product, specialty product. Whereas Industrial product is further divided into three parts. That was called machine and machine parts, capital items, business services and supplies. So in detail, try to understand what is exactly the consumer product. The consumer product are those kind of product that is how a ultimate consumer purchase himself from the direct use. The consumer purchase these particular products are being offered to satisfy the desire of the customer, which came along with the full furnished way. The simple difference between consumer product and your industrial product in sometimes it was came along with the raw form, where consumer product always came along with the full finished product in a form. This is the basic difference between consumer product. You understood? Consumer product came along with the full finished way, so as a consumer, you could able to buy it directly from the market. But while we're talking about what is the difference between consumer product and industrial product, sometimes industrial products are came along with the raw format. So that is what called consumer product. Now one by one try to understand what are the different type of consumer products. Consumer products में क्या आ गया आपका convenience products, shopping products, specialty products. So convenience product means what? The kind of customer who are being very choosy or convenient in terms of purchase. That means customers while try to buy something they always focuses to their convenience. That means मैं तभी buy करूंगी जब market मेरे घर के पास हो. I can't go very long distance and buy product. I will definitely buy a product if it is came from a particular brand, otherwise I will not buy. If there is a medicine and it is not available, like a Gelusil is not available, I will not take any supplement of Gelusil. मुझे Gelusil ही चाहिए. So that means what? Sometimes consumers are very particular about the product, maybe in terms of their brand, maybe in terms of the location, maybe in terms of their services, or in any way. आपको जो अच्छा लगता है वही खरीदेंगे. That was called convenience product. Then shopping products. Shopping products refers to the kind of products which are being considerably devoted to the time and effort. That means a consumer came to the market, devote his time, give his time to buy the product. That was called shopping products. जब आप शॉपिंग करने जाते हो ना, यू हैव गिवन योर टाइम. इवन इन आप वर्चुअल शॉपिंग भी करो, ऑनलाइन भी करो, आप कितना समय देते हो? आप काफी समय देते हो. यू विल स्क्रॉल डाउन, scroll up, try to understand the market, new arrivals. Then आप फिक्स करते हो कि फिल्टर करते हो आपको कितने प्राइस के अंदर चाहिए, फिर फिल्टर करते हो कौन सा ब्रांड चाहिए, फिर फिल्टर करते हो कलर क्या चाहिए. So you have to spend time to buy the product. Where in convenience product आपको समय नहीं देना पड़ता है. आप जानते हो ये वाला मेडिसिन खरीदना है, ये वाला न्यूज़पेपर लेना है, यही मुझे चाहिए. So you are fixed with the product. But in shopping product, it is completely open. You will choose your product. Fine. So third one is called specialty products. Specialty product are those kind of product which are having a special effort while a consumer is giving a special effort to buy this. So example is something like you want to buy a painting और आपको पट्टचित्र खरीदना है, तो आप कहाँ पे जाओगे? यू हैव टू गो टू अ स्पेशलाइज्ड मार्केट. फिर एक स्पेशलाइज्ड शॉप से आप खरीदोगे. फिर आप देखोगे कि आपको क्या चाहिए. आप किसी को गिफ्ट करना चाहते हो जहाँ पे आपको कोई रिलीजियन लोचा नहीं चाहिए, तो आप क्या देखोगे? तो वहां पे पट्टचित्र में कोई रिलीजियन इश्यूज है क्या? अगर है तो नहीं खरीदना है, कोई और दुकान जाना है. सो दैट मीन्स टू बाय अ प्रोडक्ट यू हैव टू गिव योर 100% effort. Got it? That was called specialty product. Now came to the next one, that was called industrial product. Sometimes industrial products are not fully manufactured. Fine. So that was called industrial product. I'm going little fast. And industrial product are being divided into three parts. One is called machine and machine parts, capital items, business service and supplies. Now first one is called machine and machine parts. Now what do you understand by machine and machine parts? These are the goods which are being used entirely in the manufacturing process, and this includes raw materials like cotton, lumber, petroleum, etc. They are also include, manufactured products like glass, rubber, etc. That means what? Some products are being, manufactured by the product with a raw way. सो रॉ मेटेरियल्स किस तरह आप लेते हो? आप कर्टन्स लाते हो घर पे, उसको अपने हिसाब से गद्दा बनाते हो, या तो फिर पिलो बनाते हो, या तो फिर कोई शॉप टेस्ट बनाते हो. सो इट इज अप टू यू. यू विल बाय रॉ प्रोडक्ट्स फ्रॉम द मार्केट, देन यू यूटिलाइज इट. फाइन. So that was called machine and machine parts. Came to the second one, capital items. These are the goods or products which are being manufactured. In terms of finished good, they are, include installations like, mainframe computers and all equipments and others. So these are capital items which are being bought by you from the market, but it is in terms of finished good, but इसको install करना पड़ता है. जैसे कि आपने एक मोबाइल खरीदा, so क्या खत्म हो गया? आपका काम खत्म हो गया when you ask for a mobile or you buy a mobile? No, your work is not ended over there. What you have to do, you have to install the softwares, you have to install your phone pay, Google Pay, then you have to install the mobile apps like your bank app and other things, then only it will be fully activated. Otherwise it is, while you buy a mobile phone, it is not fully activated. Got it? So that is called capital items. Came to the last one, that was called business services and supplies. Now the business services and supplies donated to a kind of a product which is in the process of manufacturing. That means what? You buy a house before it is finished. फाइन. यू रजिस्टर्ड आजकल जैसे देखते हैं ना, आपको आपको यहाँ पे घर चाहिए. फाइन. बट आप कब खरीदते हैं? जब ये वाला बिल्कुल फ्लैट जमीन है, कुछ नहीं हुआ है, तब आपने वो जमीन की 15 फ्लोर में अपना एक फ्लैट रजिस्टर कर लिया, जब वहां पे नींव ही नहीं पड़ा है. फाइन. नाउ धीरे धीरे वो नींव पड़ेगा, फिर घर बनेगा, फिर उसको फिनिश करेंगे, फिर आपको देंगे. सो दैट वाज कॉल्ड बिजनेस सर्विसेज एंड सप्लाईज. Sometimes we buy the product as a customer which is not even in existence condition. Right? So these are different type of products. Now came to one more concept. I told you these two concept of product. क्या होता है ना, product life cycle, and one more concept is new product development. ये जो दोनों process है, ये सी और शॉर्ट आता है. आइदर लॉन्ग में आएगा, या तो फिर शॉर्ट में आएगा, या तो फिर वेरी शॉर्ट में आएगा, बट आएगा जरूर आपकी क्वेश्चन में. yes, under construction. So let me tell you the concept of what exactly product life cycle. आपने ह्यूमन लाइफ साइकिल के बारे में तो सुना ही होगा. ह्यूमन लाइफ साइकिल क्या होता है? एनी ह्यूमन हैव 4 डिफरेंट स्टेजेस ऑफ लाइफ. फर्स्ट वन, you are being child, then you are being, adult, then super adult, then senior citizen. You must heard about this. तो आपका क्या होता है ना, एक चाइल्डहुड होता है. फाइन. फिर होता है क्या आपका, एडल्ट और अर्ली एडल्ट स्टेज जिसको हम बोलते हैं. फिर आता है आप सुपर एडल्ट हो जाते हो. फिर आता है आप जब ओल्ड एज में जाते हो. ये है 4 स्टेजेस ऑफ लाइफ ऑफ अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. तो आप सोचिए, जब आप बच्चे होते हो तो क्या होता है ना, आपका वो होता है इन्वेस्टमेंट, जहाँ पे आपके फादर या मदर आप पे इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं. क्या उसका? आपका पढ़ाई ले लीजिए, आपका अपब्रिंगिंग ले लीजिए, आपकी बॉडी को शेप में रखने के लिए कोई जूडो भेजता है, कोई कराटे भेजता है, आपके स्किल को पलिश करने के लिए कोई गाना सिखाता है, कोई डांस सिखाता है, या तो फिर मार्शल आर्ट्स में जाते हैं बच्चे. क्यों जाते हैं? Why they will send to all these activities by their parents? This is all about investment of money to the to the child. What will be the investment in terms of a long term investment in from the family. आपकी फैमिली से वो होता है लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट, जो बच्चे की पैदा होने से आप लोग करते हो एज अ पेरेंट, up till a certain level of age of 18 or 19 or 20. एक बारी वहां तक पहुंच गए, उसके बाद क्या? अभी इन्वेस्टमेंट का टाइम गया, अभी आप खुद अर्न करोगे. दिस इज द टाइम व्हेन यू बिकम एम्प्लॉयड एंड यू अर्न फॉर योर फैमिली. देन क्या होता है? वो होता है अर्ली एडल्ट स्टेज, जहाँ पे आप 20 या 22 या फिर 25 साल में कहीं पे जॉब में लग गए. फिर आपने रिगरस काम किया पैसे कमाने के लिए, बहुत काम किया. फिर आपको हो गया 40 एज. 40 एज इज समथिंग विच इज कॉल्ड मेच्योर एज. या तो फिर 35 से एबव ले लीजिए, या तो फिर 40 एज ले लीजिए, जहां पे आप मेच्योर हो गए. That means now you cannot go as very fast as you go in age of 25 or 30. यहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, आप थोड़ा सा स्लो हो जाओगे. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि आपका अर्निंग घट गया, इसका मतलब है आप थोड़ा स्लो हो गए. फिर आ गया आपका एज ऑफ 60. व्हेन यू आर इन द एज ऑफ 60, आपका आ जाता है डिक्लाइन. आप रिटायरमेंट लेते हो, चाहे आप प्राइवेट जॉब में हो या तो फिर गवर्नमेंट जॉब में हो. समवेयर यू बिकम रिटायर्ड from all these things and try to enjoy your life. It is called second innings of life, where you'll enjoy in a different way. आप बहुत लोगों को देखेंगे जो रिटायरमेंट के बाद में काफी अच्छे तरह से या तो फिर डेवलपमेंट वर्क में अपने आप को एंगेज कर लेते हैं, या फिर सोशल वर्क में एंगेज कर लेते हैं. सो दे विल एंगेज देमसेल्फ समवेयर, बट इट इज नॉट लाइक इन दैट रैपिड फोर्स ऑफ द अर्ली एडल्ट और सुपर एडल्ट. ये वो उस तरह का नहीं होता है, बट समवेयर यू engage yourself to earn something, to be engaged with the time period, or to be enjoy the life. Got it? ये क्या होता है ना, ये होता है ह्यूमन लाइफ साइकिल. अगर आप थोड़ा सा इसको प्रोडक्ट लाइफ के लाइफ साइकिल के साथ try to compare, it is the product is also have similar kind of life cycle what we normal have. तो ये लाइफ साइकिल क्या हुआ? देयर आर 5 स्टेजेस ऑफ लाइफ साइकिल. यहाँ पे आपने 4 देखा है, मैं 5वां बोल दूंगी. सो देयर आर, दिस इज कॉल्ड लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ अ प्रोडक्ट व्हिच इज बीइंग based on 5 different stages of life. If you see, there are 2 axes. One here, it is called time axis, and one is here, which is called sales axis. This point is called 00 point. That means no profit, no time, no sales. Got it? uh, just a minute, can we go to this slide first? ये पहले देखिए, ये क्या होता है ना, ये जो वाला स्टेज है, this stage actually it was not mentioned in the first one. Fine. ये क्या स्टेज है? देखिए ये स्टेज, I told you this stage is called development stage. Now what do you understood by development stage? डेवलपमेंट स्टेज वो स्टेज होता है जहां पे आप प्रोडक्ट को मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, क्रिएट करते हैं, रेडी करते हैं फॉर द कमर्शियल मार्केट. गॉट इट? सो ये स्टेज क्या हो गया ना, आपने मैन्युफैक्चर किया एक प्रोडक्ट. अभी कैसे मैन्युफैक्चर करेंगे? if you go back to the last class, I have told you 2 concepts. One concept is called MR, one is called MIS concept. फिर MR concept क्या होता है? Marketing research. And I have told you yesterday in the yesterday class that MR or marketing research is one of the major component to identify what exactly the customer want, what exactly their demand, and how to satisfy that. So अगर आप किसी मार्केटिंग एजेंसी में या फिर आप जॉब करते हो, तो आपका काम क्या है? कुछ सेल करना है. कैसे सेल करोगे? यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई ना जी. एक बंदे को क्या चाहिए, व्हाट इज द डिमांड ऑफ द पीपल, व्हाट दे रियली लुकिंग फॉर. if I will prepare a product to satisfy their demand or need, then only I could able to sustain in the market. If not, then I could not able to sustain in the market. Got it? It is very easy to understood. So ये वाला जो stage है, this stage is called developmental stage. And developmental stage or development stage is actually focuses to the concept of manufacturing. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, सिर्फ investment है. Sorry, कहाँ गया? So this stage is all about investment. So what to invest? You have invested your money in terms of preparing a product, in terms of transportation, in terms of advertisement, in terms of inventory creation, in terms of paying taxes. Everything is called your investment, and this is the phase where the phase is somewhere related to investment. This phase is called related to investment. Now came to this stage. Now ये हो गया, ये वाला नीचे जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है ना, ये नीचे वाला हो गया. If you think this is the investment phase, then आ गया introduction phase. You can see in the introduction phase the sale is very minimum. यहाँ पे देखिए sale, sale क्या होता है इतना, ये वाला sale time, fine, time and sale are very large. That means बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लगता है एंड सेल भी ज्यादा नहीं होता है. क्यों? बिकॉज दिस इज द टाइम वेयर पीपल गॉट अवेयरनेस अबाउट द प्रोडक्ट. तो अचानक से कोई आपको कोई बंदा आके बोले कि ये खरीद लो, वो खरीद लो, आप खरीदोगे नहीं, क्योंकि आपको ट्रस्ट होना चाहिए ना. ट्रस्ट के लिए थोड़ा सा टाइम तो लगता है. ये थोड़ी आप एक दिन में एक के ऊपर भरोसा कर लोगे, नहीं. तो वो भरोसा उसको गेन करना पड़ेगा. सो ये जो टाइम पीरियड है किसी भी for any product, it will be very 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 dangerous time period. because यहाँ पे अगर market will not try to buy your product or customers will not try to buy your product, तो आप यहीं पे close हो जाता है आपका market. अगर आपके market को प्रोडक्ट खरीदने वाला मिलता है, that means consumers try to understood your product, try to identify your product and try to buy your product, तो फिर ये स्टेज को आगे जाता है, वो होता है ग्रोथ स्टेज. इफ यू सी दिस इज व्हाट कॉल्ड द ग्रोथ स्टेज. नाउ टाइम पीरियड इज वेरी सिमिलर, जो इंट्रोडक्शन में था वही है ग्रोथ में, बट देखिए सेल्स का वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज कर रहा है. तो it was called growth stage. The growth stage is symbolized to a high growth in sale with a minimum time period. Sometimes we call this stage is called profit stage. फिर आ गया देखिए थर्ड स्टेज. ये थर्ड स्टेज क्या होता है? थर्ड स्टेज इज कॉल्ड मैच्योरिटी स्टेज. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? So this stage, actually resemblance or have a resemblance with a particular highest, selling, and but in certain time period, one the point was there where the product was falling. देखिए सेल आपका फॉल कर रहा है. फिर आता है आपका लास्ट स्टेज, उसको बोलते हैं डिक्लाइन स्टेज, जहां पे ये सेल जो होता है ना बड़ा, दैट वाज विथ अ वेरी ह्यूज वे इट वाज फॉलिंग डाउन. ये सेल जो होता है ये फॉल डाउन कर रहा है. तो ये क्या हो गया आपका स्टेज वन. ये स्टेज वन हुआ क्या आपका चाइल्डहुड, जहां पे सिर्फ आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो, देयर इज नो आउटपुट. फिर हो गया आपका एडल्ट एज, जहां पे आप लोग कुछ जॉब वगैरह करके कुछ कमाते हो. फिर हो गया आपका ये सुपर एडल्ट हो गया. सुपर एडल्ट मीन्स यू हैव अर्न बट योर समवेयर यू आर फॉलिंग डाउन, और आपका प्रॉफिट फॉल कर रहा है या तो फिर आपका काम भी फॉल कर रहा है. ये डिक्लाइन स्टेज है. अगर इफ यू कंपेयर दिस विद अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, देन डिक्लाइन स्टेज इज कॉल्ड अबव 60, जहां पे आप ज्यादा प्रॉफिट तो नहीं करते हो but you could able to stand in the market. Got it? This is called product life cycle. Now try to understood one by one some of the features of each and every stage. The first stage is called stage of introduction. Now what exactly is the stage of introduction? Stage of introduction, just a minute. Now the first stage is called stage of introduction. Now what exactly the stage of introduction is saying? The stage of introduction is always saying that the creation of demand. That means one has to create the demand. Now how to create the demand or how to create the effective demand? So that is essential. You have to input large number of input large number of advertisement, so that people will feel attracted towards your product and they will invest their money to buy the product. So there are some of the features of the first stage. Features में क्या आता है? In the first stage the product sale is at a lowest and it is slowly increasing. फाइन। तो फर्स्ट क्या होता है ना, आपका प्रोडक्ट सेल बहुत कम होता है एंड ये स्लो 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 इंक्रीज करता है। ड्यूरिंग द इंट्रोडक्शन स्टेज द maximum. I told you that one has to make maximum promotional, activity to make aware about the product. So आपको क्या करना है, आपका promotional activity highest करना है so that people got to know what exactly the product is. So that's why it is having the maximum or highest promotional cost or expensive promotions has to be taken care to make awareness about the product. सो इस स्टेज में और एक फीचर आता है, द प्रोडक्ट आर पुट इन लिमिटेड आउटलेट्स सो दैट क्या होता है ना, आप कॉस्ट को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। सो व्हेन यू सी देयर आर टू डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ कॉस्ट। जो आपका फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है, यू नॉट कंट्रोल इट। रिमेंबर, फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट क्या होता है? एनीवन, व्हाट इज फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट? व्हाट इज फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट? Yes, what is fixed cost? Am I audible? Those value have never changed ever since. Starting of a business, that is fixed cost? No. Yes, land is a, landing is not land, is a fixed cost. Yes, one answer is someone is given, that is the cost which can't be changed. Like you buy a equipment which is cost around some crores of rupees and you cannot change it. So that was called fixed cost. Production cost, all production costs are not fixed cost. So some of the cost which is fixed by the organization for a longer time period and which can't be changed by you, that is correct. It is called fixed cost. Now, what exactly? Yes, can't be negotiable. Very good. That is also fixed cost. Now, not all assets are fixed cost. Sorry. So while we're talking about what is variable cost are those kind of cost. Normally we say these are working capital cost, which are working capital cost. These are variable cost and which is being changed, which can be controlled at a certain point. So अगर आप आउटलेट में भेजोगे, if the product will go to a large number of outlets, then you cannot control your variable cost. So आउटलेट को भेजना भी, एक कमर्शियलाइजेशन करना भी आपका वेरिएबल कॉस्ट है। इफ द प्रोडक्ट विल नॉट एक्सेप्टेड बाय द पीपल, देन you could not control the cost. So variable cost क्या है ना, आप लिमिटेड आउटलेट में जाइए, अलाउ डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कीजिए, so that if the product is not being accepted by the people, then you could not have a huge amount of loss. So that was called stage 1. So we'll go to the second stage, that was called growth stage. Growth stage में क्या होता है, now the sales begin to take off. That means sales are going in a very high way, so that the promotional expenses still remain high because you can't compromise with promotion. Remember, if you want to make a sustainable or you want to be sustainable in the general platform, so you can't compromise with the promotional expenses. That has to be remain constant. But now you become a brand, so that other expenses are being controlled by you. Fine. So that's why it is the sale volume increases with the very minimum time period where people try to accept your product. So there is no cost for research and development, और आपको research करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, क्योंकि आपके प्रोडक्ट को लोग दे ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई एंड यूज इट। सो कोई जरूरत नहीं रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट के लिए। सिर्फ आपको क्या करना है, आपको बनाना है, मैन्युफैक्चर करना है, कमर्शियलाइज करना है एंड प्रमोट करना है। ये हो गया आपका ग्रोथ स्टेज। देन केम टू मैच्योरिटी स्टेज. Maturity stage is a stage where the market's being saturated and sales growth is slowly falling down. That means एक बड़ा there is a very usual कहावत है that someone will not eat his favorite things in a constant basis. That means what? If someone will ask you to eat rasgulla, which is rasgulla is Mr. X favorite food, then maybe in the first day he could have like 20 rasgulla, then second day 20, third day 20, fourth day decrease to 15, then fifth day decrease to 10, sixth day decrease to 9, and eventually what happened, a day came when Mr. X was says that अरे भाई मुझको मत दो रसगुल्ला से मुझे नफरत है. So that is what human tendency. We can't use a similar product for again and again and again. So human always, or human tendency is always asking for a change, innovation, style, different kind of products. Product came with varieties and all. This is what human behavior. So according to human behavior, if the similar product will be sold over a year, then the market being saturated, the customer being saturated, then customers are falling down. That means अभी सेल तो हो रहा है बट ये फॉल डाउन कर रहा है. So here you have to reduce your price to be in the competitive market. आपको यहाँ पे क्या करना है, आपको प्राइस में फॉल डाउन करना है, ऑफर अलाउंसेस देने, so that the people will retain with you. Now one more stage was there, that was called your stage of saturation. मैच्योरिटी में क्या होता है ना, if you go back to this point, देखिए ये जो वाला ग्रोथ स्टेज है, ये ग्रोथ स्टेज सॉरी मैच्योरिटी स्टेज है, कहाँ गया ये, मैच्योरिटी स्टेज है, ये पॉइंट देखिए, ये पॉइंट इज कॉल्ड द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट, जहाँ पे आपका मैक्सिमम सेल हुआ है, इसको बोलते हैं सैचुरेशन पॉइंट. यहीं से लोग सैचुरेटेड हो गए एंड ये फॉल डाउन हुआ. Fine. So that was called set point of saturation. That means on that particular point, your customers go away from you. Now they came to the last one, that was called the decline stage. ये decline stage क्या होता है? ये stage होता है to think about to produce more new vibrant products. That means what? Those who are loyal customer to you, they will definitely, retain with you. They will stay with you. But the people who are not loyal, they are being, some people are benefit based customers, or some are like opportunist customers, वो लोग भाग जाएंगे आपके यहाँ से. कौन रह जाएगा? जो लॉयल कस्टमर है, विच इज लाइक 30%, 40%. सो आपका क्या होता है ना, इवेंचुअली ये फॉल डाउन इन सेल हो गया, फॉल डाउन इन प्रॉफिट हो गया, बट सस्टेनेबिलिटी अभी भी है, आपके पास कुछ कस्टमर्स तो रहेंगे. सो दैट वाज कॉल्ड डिक्लाइन स्टेज. नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड पीएफसी, प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल आपको समझ में आया? ओके. Okay, in the next class, I'll just wind up the class little bit before. In the next class, we'll try to understood three more concept of product, that was called new product development, and product, labeling, packaging, branding, then pricing. We'll try to cover in the next class. Tomorrow, your schedule is being little bit changed. आपका फर्स्ट क्लास तो शायद एफ ए था, सो आपका वो होगा HRM फर्स्ट क्लास. सेकंड क्लास होगा आपका आई गेस सेकंड क्लास इज बी बिजनेस एथिक्स, जो 9 से 10 तक होता है. फिर आपका आता है 7 से 8, वो होगा MCP, एंड 8 to 9 FM. Got it? You have 4 classes. मॉर्निंग में जो 2 क्लासेस होंगे, एफ ए नहीं होगा, कल आपका होगा HRM एंड बिजनेस एथिक्स. सो शाम को जो इवनिंग में क्लास होता है, उसमें होगा आपका फर्स्ट होगा MCP 7 से 8, एंड 8 से 9 आपका रहेगा FM. ओके, आई एम क्लियर? Okay, thank you, and good night to all of you. Have a very nice sleep to all of you, and bye. Once it is completed third unit, I will share to all of you in your group. Thank you. Good night.